Hey everyone, I have a exercise to share with you today on reproducing values in graphite. Why in the world would you want to do this? Well, I'm glad you asked. If you want to get more depth into your graphite drawings, this is an excellent exercise to do. All right, let's talk supplies. I've got a piece of Canson's Classic Cream paper here, but use whatever you've got. Drawing paper if you've got it, just plain old computer paper if you don't. Got a ruler and a 4B pencil. That's the only pencil I'm going to be using this exercise. And I'm using a ruler, but you could freehand this. I'm going to make a rectangle and I'm going to divide that rectangle into 7 sections. All right, while I'm dividing this up, I'm going to share with you that this exercise took me about 12 minutes. If I didn't use a ruler to make my rectangle, I could probably do it faster. And I will probably do that as I'm thinking about doing this every day for like the next week and comparing each effort just for grins to see how that improves over time. I will, at some point in this, I will speed this up so that it doesn't take you 12 minutes to watch it. But I figured with the setup portion, it was good for you to see it in real speed. All right, I've got all 7 of those boxes there. Counting them for me just to make sure. All right. Pro tip number 1, sharpen your pencil. Even if you sharpened it just before you started, sharpen it again. A sharp pencil is going to get you more even values and darker values easily. Your paper has got texture to it. Even though if it's computer paper, it doesn't have much, but it's going to have some. And a nice sharp point is going to get down into those nooks and crannies more easily and create an even tone. Otherwise, it's going to look rough and may not go as dark as you would like. Okay, my box is ready, my pencil's sharpened. Now I'm going to start laying down some graphite. I almost said charcoal, but we're not working with charcoal here. We're working with graphite. I'm using kind of a medium pressure, so not really light, not really heavy. I don't want to flatten down the tooth of the paper right at the start. I want to get down the nooks and crannies, so medium pressure, but again, I don't want to flatten it out and burnish it right off the bat. So I'm going to lay down layers of graphite in different directions. That's going to help me achieve a smoother tone. If you're really careful and produce an even tone in each layer, you can get even smoother than I did here. But keep going in different directions until you feel like you can't get any darker. And just keep changing directions. You can see there, it's really starting to get dark. But I could have been more careful there with my coverage. So I need to practice on that. I'll finish that layer, turn in another direction. Here I'm going to change my paper. That's really the best thing to do, if possible. Sometimes maybe your setup or your situation won't let you move your paper. You got to move your hand. But if you can change paper, it will make it easier on your hand. You'll find there's always one direction, one motion that's really easy to do, really smooth. That is, you practiced it inadvertently all your life and you just didn't realize it. So if you can move your paper to accommodate that motion, you'll get an even tone much more quickly. So I'm just about done here. I will speed this up after this value. It will go much faster, obviously. But also as you're going, you're putting down less and less graphite. You just want the next box to look like a close neighbor. Close, but not quite. So you want just a half step difference in it. All right, I will speed this next part up. Hang on. Woo, look at me fly. I wish I could draw that fast all the time. That'd be great. But I don't. All right, I'm on the third box. Just keep going in different directions. Not much different there. And if I see, oh, it's not quite dark enough, then I can go back to the one before it and modify it just a little bit and just keep working on it. Take your time, enjoy the process. Like I mentioned, turn on a podcast or something, listen to some music, and just work at this and relax and try and enjoy the process, enjoy the exercise, enjoy the action of making marks on paper. All right, we're almost there. These last two bits are going to fly. Yep, and there it is. Now, the second part. All right, part 2 of this exercise is making another 7-inch long box with or without your ruler. Only make it a 1/2 inch deep though, and don't do any divisions. What we're going to try and do is reproduce those values above, those 7 values, but we're going to do it with a seamless gradient. Here we go. Before you start that second box though, sharpening break. Get it nice and sharp. Okay, are you ready for the home stretch? We're going to recreate those 7 values above, like I mentioned before, only we're going to do it without lines in between each change of value. We're going to try to create a seamless gradient. Now, maybe if you, like me, decide to practice this every day for the next week, just do that second box. You know, you don't have to do both of them every day unless you want to. It certainly would benefit you to do this practice every day, maybe before you do your drawing. It'd be a good warm-up. Try a different pencil every day. If you have more than one grade of pencil, you know, like tomorrow, maybe I'll try a 6B. What do my values look like in a 6B? And just get to know your tools or reacquaint yourself with them. In my case, I haven't done this exercise in forever, but it is a great one. I think I did it in grade school and I hated it at the time, but now I'm like, wow, this is such a valuable tool. And if you do it every day and save them, you'll really be able to see some progress. So I think actually I'm just about done at this point. I've only got 2 more shades to go, so maybe I'll just leave this on real speed. I don't know. What do y'all think? If you decide to try this, definitely share your efforts with me. I would love to see what you do, any questions you have. Maybe you apply this in a different way. I'd love to see it. I know on this sheet of paper, maybe you saw in the beginning, I did some doodling on it, which was kind of fun. Oh, there I go. I just kind of started doodling. I got lost in it. Creating hatches, like I'm using the side of my lead here to create softeners. Now I'm going to do in a pencil grip. So nice and tight lines or sharp lines. And it creates a different look. Play with play with holding it in different ways. And doodle at the bottom of your paper when you're done. It doesn't have to be anything representational. I think mine was just a bunch of swirls. And I just kind of kept playing with them later. So, like I said, give this a shot. Share it with me. I'd love to see it. And when I'm done, I will share all of my efforts with you. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to see some more videos, let me know what you'd like to see. I never know, so I'm always looking for ideas. All right, you guys have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you soon.